Okay, before getting into the video, Lord Arceus in all of his great wisdom has decided to hit me with a stuffy nose and somewhat cloggy coffee throat, so yeah, that's fun. Anyway, let's get into the video proper, shall we? With Netflix's Neil Gaiman Sandman adaptation finding its lore in deep stories in the larger audience conscience, there are people who are now craving more stories in these characters, and I'm here to explain in more detail every member of the Endless, both that has already been shown and has yet to be seen. Rolling realms and being represented by a sigil, the Endless are ideas made physical by sentient life. While representing the names that they are given by the ideas that they are made from, they're also representing of the opposite of which they are called. Hidden under a cloak, blind to all but his book, smelling of dust in libraries, and chained to a book made from the hide of an animal to never exist. Destiny is the oldest of the Endless, represented by a book, a reference to the Book of Destiny that is bonded to his arm. Destiny was born to guide all forward, using his Book of Destiny, which is said to contain the universe, to see all that was and will ever be. His realm is a maze that cannot be cheated. You cannot fly or see or cross the walls of the maze. The destination of the maze is infinite. Carrying an umbrella in herself with a bubbly personality, death is there for the birth and death for every living thing. There is no escaping death. She was there for the first person and she will be there for the last. When her job is done, she will put the chairs on top of the table, turn off the lights, and lock the universe behind her. Death's realm is a small white void with nothing but a couple small comfort items. Once a year, Death lives amongst the humans so she can see the world in its beauty and to understand the importance of her job. And at the end of the day that she lives amongst the humans, she will come for herself. The imaginary acts us but at best. Quote, by simply saying this is reality, you're classifying everything that is not reality as dream, and vice versa, end quote. The realm that the master of dreams and nightmares calls home is called the dreaming. Dream, or Sandman, or Morpheus, or whatever of his many names you call him, carrying a red gem, a pouch of sand, and his helm built from the bones of a god. Dream rules the dreaming, a realm where all is not lives. It is said that every god is born from Dream and his realm. When one creates, there's destruction. Destruction represented by a sword and traditionally seen in military garb. Destruction would one day leave his post as humanity no longer needed his guidance in the ways of destruction. Destruction takes no credit for how humans act. It is a vain attempt to wipe the blood clean from his hands. Even though no matter what he does, it doesn't change the fact that humans are given into the nature that he is built on, he is built from, that he is. The destruction to cause, destruction obviously. Destruction is accompanied by his talking dog, spending his days to learn creation, whether it be painting, sculpting, art, writing, so many other ways of making something new, as a way to distance himself from his old life and his old post. Desire, represented by a heart, seeks to give all creatures and desire, a wish/want for something. Casting two shadows and smelling of peaches, desire is a very persuasive one. One look in their amber eyes, you are immediately entranced. Desire is a troublemaker who loves to meddle in the workings of humans and utter endless. Desire lives in the threshold, a borderline palace of their ego. Desire is not man or woman, but instead a want to love. Love is a desire to be loved, a desire to want to hate to love, a desire to hate and love, hate and love. Desire can turn one mad. something akin to the youngest sister. When you look in a mirror, you can find yourself looking in the face of despair, represented by a hook ring of which despair mutilates herself with. Despair's realm is on the opposite side of all mirrors. Despair serves the point of being the opposite to desire, as both are twins, two sides of the same coin. Also, despair caused Krypton to be made, in which it exploded, so despair caused Krypton and made Superman. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a little thing that no one really ever talks about that I think should be mentioned more often. And last is Delirium, once known as the Light. The reasoning for the change is, well, yet to be known. Delirium is chaos, perfectly represented by her sigil, swirls. She is an endless loop of lost sanity. It has been said that there's even stuff that the mad younger sister of the Endless knows that not even Destiny does. Her realm is just abstract shapes and random colors melting into an acid trip. No mortal can withstand this realm without going insane. Speaking of acid trips, she's even able to affect humans by making them join her in her madness. That's not to say that Delirium is only just insanity. There's been multiple incidents where she's able to bring herself together. In short, she's able to find clarity. Granted, it takes a lot of restraint and mental gymnastics for her to get it, but it is there. It's deep inside her. The Endless are fascinating and very complex ideas built into very nuanced stories with nuanced characters. I would highly recommend you go check out the comics, or at least the show. Both are incredible pieces of work, and I couldn't recommend them enough. Okay, so I hope that was a somewhat well done explanation to help you understand these characters a little more. And if not, maybe you learned a couple new facts about the Endless that you didn't know before. Either way, if anyone of those ones happened, I think my job was done pretty well here. I didn't get to touch on every single thing that the Endless has been in, or each one of the Endless individual past crazy. There's still a lot of death and dream story I just haven't touched at all, but that's because I really didn't want to make this too long when I didn't need to. If you wanted an explanation for that, I would advise you to go watch Imaginary Axis or Comic Drake's video on the Endless. Links in the description. I was Red Eye Infinity, and this was The Endless Explained. Ciao.
Life's hard now that you're gone. I wish I could've got a chance to tell you goodbye, but now that you're gone, I just wanna die. I don't know if I wanna stay alive. I was hoping to make